you're doing? This is Shogun, and I am here, just going out of my mind, happy, crazy, ecstatic, because I have the honor of being with a man who has dramatically changed the lives of thousands of entrepreneurs. And his message is your breakthrough. And all you know that I always preach that knowledge is not power, but the application of knowledge is. And there's very few books that come out that invoke that warriorism, that get off your behindness and do something. And this book is like the top, when I say that mindset of the warriorship, that you can do anything if you just believe and get past your own self beliefs and doubts. This is the quintessential book, and I want to show you this man. Boom. He is amazing. Boom. I had the privilege of meeting him face to face, and just being in his presence, you feel that warriorship, and this is how real he is. This is a gift that I got from him. Okay, see his name? He signed it for me because I wasn't leaving unless he did that. This board was broken with his forehead, just so you know. Okay, he's phenomenal. He is the quintessential man when it comes to bringing out the inner warrior. I can only be talking about the only, no other like him, Dr. Stan Harris, also known as Dr. Breakthrough. Take it away, my brother.
Hey, it's a privilege and a pleasure, a treat and a treasure, a joy beyond measure to be with you. Dr. Benjamin Mays said, I've only just a minute, only 60 seconds in it. Forced upon me, I can't refuse it. I didn't seek it, I didn't choose it. But it's up to me to use it. I must suffer if I lose it, give account if I abuse it. Just a tiny little minute, but an eternity's in it. And I'm glad I've got several minutes with you today. And I tell you, this whole club, I love the whole concept because, see, readers are leaders. Now, not every reader, is going to be a leader, but every leader, rather, is a reader. And I tell you, the greatest book ever written says, give attendance to reading. And so I love it, love it, love it. So appreciate you, Shogun, the great work you're doing. And I tell you, I believe this is going to have a great impact on people because every great, powerful person I know reads. Let me give you this quote and I'll turn it to you. It goes like this. The man or woman who does not read is worse than the man who cannot read. Why? Because you have a skill, you have an ability that other people don't have. So the man or woman who does not read is worse than the man or woman who will not or cannot read. So if you got the ability to read, you ought to take advantage of it. I've learned so much by reading. And I tell you, my house is full of books, by the way. Jim Rohn, my good friend, we used to travel and speak together. He recently passed. He was known as the foremost business philosopher in the world, but he said, whenever you're in $1 million home, there's always a library. So now, did the library create the home or the home the library? That was always a question. So
kind of what you first, the chicken or the egg, huh?
Yes, sir.
Like I said, I'm really happy you're here, but there are certain things that I want to talk about because I want the future readers of this book and people looking at this video to understand why you're doing these things. Now, there are a lot of people that make books for the money, but as I'm reading it, I actually hear your voice in these pages, and it's so powerful that I know that you put your spirit into this book. If you could elaborate on your why, that would be fantastic.
Okay. Well, first of all, you know, the book can go places where I have not been, and then I end up going places where the book's going. And I'll speak so many different places, and it's like, man, you talk so fast, you give so many powerful nuggets. And they kept saying, if you just had a book or something, because we're trying to write everything down, so if you had a book or something, and so I said, you know, okay, that would be good, but I'm just so busy. How would I have the time? And so I had a breakthrough concept. You know, I tell people it's Dr. Breakthrough. I can't provide the breakthrough. I just prescribe the breakthrough. However, when people follow my breakthrough prescription, God Almighty gives a breakthrough they desire and deserve. And a breakthrough is exploding through barriers that at one time seemed insurmountable. So I never dreamed I could be an author, and I was too busy. And finally, my friend, I said, well, wait a minute. If I'm not going to write a book, how about if I speak the book? So people ask me all the time, how long did it take you to write your book? Oh, about 3 hours. So 3 hours, well, I went to a studio and I spoke, and then I just sent the book and got it transcribed. got it back and just put it in chapter form and so forth. But I have so many people that tell me, they say, man, when I'm reading the book, it's like you're talking to me. I'm like, because I am. But yeah, but the book, somebody said, whenever somebody writes a book, you're getting the best of that person. And this is not, again, just a book. It's a transformational facilitator, because it literally is written, like you say, to transform people's lives. And obviously I have a lot of pictures in there. I mean, matter of fact, on the one page here, page 61, I've got the picture of me when I was 17 years of age, jumping up 9.5 foot and kicking a board, guy sitting on another guy's shoulder. And so it has a, matter of fact, we have more children perhaps to read the book than anybody else, because we got all these pictures in it. You know, I got a picture, by the way, of me showing an 8-year-old how to break a board, all kind of things there, me laying on nails, all this stuff. But so the book has pictures. It also has, like I said, some very powerful stuff, but also it's very practical and down to earth. And I have so many people tell me, man, I've read that book over and over and over and over again. And so, as a matter of fact, to start this thing off right, somebody says your attitude, not your aptitude, that determines your altitude. So can I read just a little portion that's called the Daily Attitude Adjuster?
Of course.
Because here's the thing, you got to keep yourself on top side. You know, you got to, as an athlete, we call being in the moment. You know, you got to know what gets you in that moment and get you in that feeling. So this Daily Attitude Adjuster is something I put together that I read constantly. I read it today already, but I read it constantly. And, of course, when you get the book, it's in the book. And it goes like this. Wow, what a great day to be alive. I feel dynamite. I like me. I accept me. I love me. I'm going to have a super fantastic day today because I'm too blessed to be depressed. I'm too blessed to be stressed, too glad to be sad, and too anointed to be disappointed. Circumstances are aligning themselves in my favor. I am healthy, physically fit, and intellectually equipped. I have wisdom far beyond my years. I'm an extraordinary person with incredible abilities that I will use to add value to other people's lives. Knowing that as I add value to others' lives, I will automatically, and help them reach their dream, I will automatically reach my own. I anticipate meeting the person or group of people today who are willing to use their power, wealth, and influence to help me reach my dreams. All day long, people will go out of their way to bless me. Today, I will add great value to someone's life. I will show compassion to those in need. I will give strength to the weak and inspiration to the weary. Someone needs what I have to offer, and I gladly make myself available unto them. I embrace abundance, and it embraces me. I am abundant in every good way. I am an abundance magnet. I like money, and it likes me. It is attracted to me, and it comes abundantly from many sources. I use my money wisely to help those in need. I am experiencing great victories, supernatural turnarounds, and miraculous breakthroughs in the midst of great impossibilities. I am an overcomer, and if my mountain can be removed, I will practice and demonstrate my mountain climbing skills. I was broke, busted, and disgusted, but now I am rich, growing, and overflowing. I may experience a setback, but setbacks are only setups for comebacks. And setbacks pave the way for comebacks. I make lemonade out of life's lemon. And if life dares to knock me down, I'll fall on my back, realizing as long as I can look up, I can get up. I commit to paying for my dreams with preparation so I won't have to live with my nightmares of regret. I do not procrastinate because procrastination leads to devastation. It is the assassination of my destination. Thus, I will act now. I am a doer. I get results that last. I now release the champion that is inside of me. I am the leader that multitudes of people are looking for. I choose to succeed today and every day hereafter. Watch out, world. Here I come. Come on, man. When I read that, I'm like, yeah, fired up.
You know, I'm sitting here, right, and I'm listening. I read that, but like I said, I hear your voice when you say it, but then when you say it, oh snap, you know. And I tell you, man, in my teachings, I teach people about alchemy, and there was a phrase in there you said that about the transformation and how to view things differently. Now, there are going to be obstacles, and when I teach my courses, I teach people that obstacles are made to make you stronger for your evolution. So if you were to think of all of your obstacles as problems, then that's what they'll be, and that's what you'll have in your life. However, if you believe that you are given those obstacles for a reason to grow, then is your opportunity and your blessing and your obligation to become that person, because you are going to now ignite a spark in somebody who may not be witness to your greatness, and therefore are being denied of that chance to say, I may be able to do that. So your book just is amazing, right on point. Every word in here stands true. Alchemy, the Warrior Wisdom. I mean, this is the book. And if you want to really transform your life and you want to get that mindset of not being a victim anymore, no matter what you've been through in life, understand the person who has been through the most are destined to be the greatest, but you got to change your mind.
Man, that's good. You know, the one thing I talk about is when you start growing through what you're going through, that's when you'll get your breakthrough. Let me say it again. When you start growing through, instead of groaning and griping what you're going through, then you get your breakthrough. So one of the things, again, we talk about in the book is barriers are not made to stop you. Just like when we have boards and bricks. Barriers are hard, yes, and barriers were not made to stop you. Barriers were made, as you mentioned, to help to strengthen you. And actually to help you understand the strength that you have that you didn't even know was there. So to all the successful people I know, they literally become comfortable by being put in an uncomfortable position, because it's only when you're in that uncomfortable position outside of your comfort zone that the greatness you didn't know was there starts to come out. So again, successful people literally become comfortable with being put in an uncomfortable situation, because outside your comfort zone, I say it in the book, life begins at the end of your comfort zone. And yet most people, that's what they're trying to live. But you'll never become a great martial artist by being comfortable when you work out. No, we were trained, if while you practice you don't want to quit, you haven't really practiced. You know, the famous quote in Bruce Lee movie, you know, we forge our bodies on the fires of our wills. That means that you have to work out so hard, your body says, I want to quit, but your will says, no, you keep on going. And the greatest book ever written says, he that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh the city. Meaning, the man or woman that has more control over their own spirit is greater than the greatest general that ever lived. I think it was Aristotle that said the greatest of all victories is the conquest of one's own self. And we have to get back to self-discipline. We have to get back to, again, character and integrity. And that's one of the things that the book is really about also, to help you to do that. But the whole breakthrough concept, by the way, the book has a 100% money-back guarantee. Now, you ever heard of a book with a 100% money-back guarantee? So we tell people, if you don't have get at least one massive breakthrough, send it back, we'll refund your money. Well, guess what? Nobody's ever returned the book. Matter of fact, they usually call and say, look, I need to order, had somebody the other day order a whole case. And so it's just beautiful. But again, the thing is, as you mentioned, we didn't write a book to sell books. We wrote a book to solve a problem, to fulfill a need, and to give people that empowerment. And it's amazing. I have so many people that say to me, you know, man, I started reading the thing and I couldn't put it down, because we wrote it, first of all, in a conversational tone, or we spoke it rather. But then not only that, we put things in there that really are so applicable. Somebody said simplicity is profundity's most becoming garb. Meaning, when you can take something that's profound and wrap it in simplicity, make it real simple, that's true profundity. And so that's what we did with the book also. So we made it where we took some profound things, but we wrapped it and made it simple that people, like you say, can grasp hold of it and do something with it and get results. Because that's the bottom line. One of my main mentors taught me. It's all about the results.
A lot of people, unfortunately, allow their past failures and mishaps determine their future. And it's really sad when you have books like this that people just don't gravitate to it and understand that a change is already there for you. Right. I said the other night, we were talking, as we do a lot, because I just want to hang out with you a lot.
You too, Shogun.
that the biggest part of getting off your butt is just getting that start. And a lot of people are so terrified of being different. People are so terrified of walking in faith. And I think that after reading books like this and understanding how powerful you are as a human being, that God did not put us here to be impoverished. He did not put us here to suffer. He put us here to be loved and enjoy life and be part of the abundance of fruitfulness. Yes. So what happens is when you start to fail and that becomes your mantra, then understand that you pass that to your children. And then I always say law of attraction attracts like attracts like. So you're gonna meet friends or so-called friends who do the exact same thing to put you in, like he said, comfort zone, and then you will never strive. I'm telling you, get this book, get off your butt, and be the amazing human being that God wanted you to be.
Wow. Well, you know, I want to read the back because I put just a couple paragraphs that I think can really help to transform people's lives. And by the way, everybody that watches this, you know, whether they get my book or not, I want everybody to have a free gift, and that is my Dr. Breakthrough app. It's absolutely free. As a matter of fact, I've got chapters that they can get, and my daily attitude adjuster is not just in the book, but is also in the app. So the Dr. Breakthrough app, just Breakthrough. If they go in their Apple or Android store and get that absolutely free, right? We just want to bless people. But on the back of the book, I wrote something that I even from time to time read this just to get it inside of me. So it says, from being tarred and feathered as a 6-year-old boy to becoming a 10th degree black belt champion, business leader, author, and speaker, Dr. Stan Harris has had to break through unbelievable barriers. And by the way, that's the thing I want people to know is Dr. Breakthrough, I'm not immune to breakthroughs. I got the name because I just had to break through so much stuff, so many challenges, so many trials, right? And so you're not alone, my friend. And but watch this. So allow him, it says, to empower you to experience a massive breakthrough. You may never be the same again after you read this book. You were genetically coded, get this now, to experience breakthroughs. It's part of your DNA. Your first breakthrough is when you beat over 40 million sperm cells to the womb. You broke through the walls. Yep, you beat them all. So in other words, all these other cells were dying around you. You're like, no, I'm going to keep going. I'm swimming. I'm not. You're a champion. Already, you're a breakthrough expert. So watch this. Yes, you beat them all. You came in first place. You are a champion material. Your second breakthrough was your actual birth, when the water broke and you broke through the birth canal. You may not have been aware of it until now, but you are a breakthrough master. Now the challenge is issue. Do what you were designed to do. Break through every barrier that tries to hinder you from your success. This is your birthright. This is your destiny. This book will give you the simple step-by-step formula that you've been looking for. Now is the time to break free from procrastination, fear, making excuses, doubt, and negative thinking. You will no longer be stuck, but rather free to succeed. You are unstoppable. You can only be deceived into thinking you can be stopped. So I'm talking to somebody today, and I don't know where you are in your life, but I'm telling you, I've been there, and this book is a testament. I've been there, and these are things that I learned. See, I don't write about theories. I wrote about things that changed my life. As a matter of fact, Shogun, in the beginning of the book, God gave me something different. And that is, the very beginning, it shows me laying on a bed of nails with a guy about to swing a sledgehammer, but break the bricks off. But I got people that endorsed the book, not just well-known, famous friends, but people that know me best, like my children, right? My wife, my brothers, my uncle, people that grew up with me. What did they have to say? And so a lot of that, we have that in here as well, and things that really can help change your life. My daughter, she's just finishing up her doctorate. She's a professor at Temple. And she said, Dad, when I finally complete the doctorate, we're going to be 2 Dr. Harrises. We're going to write a book together. So I was like, all right. But here's what she wrote. When my father first asked me to write an endorsement for his book, I declined. I was busy working and hadn't had time to read the book. And so I didn't feel that I could write an endorsement for something I hadn't read. Well, since things and things have definitely changed. Because of some personal issues in my life, I made time to read this book because of some of my personal issues. And I'm so glad I did. This book is one of the most powerful things I've ever read, and I have read literally hundreds, perhaps thousands of books. Buying this book for yourself or a loved one is an investment that will allow you, the reader, to reap numerous multifaceted rewards. I can personally guarantee from experience that if you implement the principles within this book, you will experience a breakthrough in one or more areas of your life. That's my baby girl, Christina Harris. By the way, one of my mentors taught me Charlie Tremendous Jones. He said, kiss your book. I was like, what are you kissing it for? He said, people think of a sex book and they'll buy it. I was like, no. But really, though, but we just want to empower people's lives. That's why I appreciate what you're doing. You're all about, adding value to people's lives. And, people, I like to say this, if it's not win, 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 I'm not in. So I don't like win-lose situations. I like it to be win, win, win. And this is a word of abundance. And I believe God has something special for each and every one of us. And every one of you that are watching this or listening to this, again, we have your best of interest in mind. We know you can succeed. You were meant to succeed, and you will do it.
Awesome. I hate to cut this because we could go on forever, you and I, man. And I think it's because my background is very similar to yours. I did contemplate suicide. I did contemplate a lot of stuff. And after that, I actually became homeless for 5 years, like living in the street, getting urinated on, getting beat up. And I was that, like, my mind frame was like, this is the best I could do, so I might as well accept it. Until I had my breakthrough, and it just became better and better because I realized my worth. Because, as I said earlier, the further down you go, the bigger the blessing is going to be. But you have to understand that you have to own it. Last night, I was on a call with you, brother. You were talking about Muhammad Ali. And he said, I was the greatest before I even knew I was the greatest. So I pay attention, brother, and right here, man. Every single time you open your mouth, there's a nugget. And I need people to understand that in order for you to grasp nuggets like this, in order for you to understand how great you are, you have to read. You have to open your mind. I believe that if you don't open a book, your life is just as closed as it can be. Unless you hear that cracking of a new book and immerse yourself in it, it doesn't matter what it is. Read. Get into the habit. I started reading late in life. That's why, the homeless thing happened, because I wasn't a reader. That's why bad things happen in my life, because I wasn't a reader. I started reading 3 pages before I went to sleep, 3 pages when I got up, and started meditating on what I read. And I was able to grasp so much of that book by just 3 pages. That's all we ask. It's not a lot, And if you do that with this book, you'll be finished in about a month and a half. And that'll be the most empowering month and a half of your life that you would ever experience. And then the joy of learning, and then the joy of evolving would just immerse you, that you just want more. Have you experienced that with these books, man?
Yes. Well, Shogun, I even had a guy that recently, he told me, he said, man, I've read your book 13 times. I was like, 13 times? He said, every time I get something different. But I said, but here's the reason why. Because you're evolving as a person. So now when you read it, you're reading it as a different person. So that's why you get more out of it. And so anyway, let me plug in my system here. My battery's running down low. Right. We burned everything up, man, I tell you. So, but one of the things I talk about here is that every master was at once a mess. Therefore, every mess can one day be a master through mentorship. So it doesn't, like you said, doesn't matter where you are. Don't be hindered by your past. Use it as a building block, a stepping stone. As a 6-year-old boy, I got tarred and feathered, beaten by a teenage gang. My dad left at 3, never came home, been physically abused, verbally abused, sexual abuse, every kind of abuse you can think of. Tried to commit suicide on 2 occasions, and I'm glad I failed, as we were talking earlier. Suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. And matter of fact, I had a guy that was going to commit suicide. He said reading my book stopped him from committing suicide, And the beautiful thing is that some of the people, Shogun, that are, when they read this book, here's the main thing it's going to do for them. They're going to say, I've been wanting to read a book. This guy inspired me to get my book out. That's really what we want to do. And by the way, we even do mentorship classes on that. But just seeing somebody else, because the beautiful thing is, Shogun, it was a time I didn't believe in myself. I didn't believe I could do anything. And it was only because of other people around me who saw something in me that I didn't see. They believed in me. And so that's why I love doing what I do now. And my lovely wife, Nadia, by the way, I call her my ABCD, my adorable brown caramel delight. There's a picture of her back there. But I tell people she's eye candy, brain food, and spiritual refreshment. But, we were driving down the highway not long ago. She said, baby, I think God made me just for you. I was like, ooh. And I think he made me just for you, too, you know?
You ever hear somebody just have that face like, There
was a time, man, when my life, I was like, I went through a terrible divorce situation, all my fault. I was, trying to save the world overnight by myself, traveling 320 days a year, living on 3 hours sleep, just collapsed everything. But I was like, can I ever find a woman? Listen, I'm telling you, I know some of you are hurting right now. Some of you are down. I've been there. I've been in a place where I lost everything. You can get back up and you can break through, and I'm living proof of it.
Now, with that being said, we're actually shooting this on February 1st. And for the full month, this is how much of a blessing he wants to be to you. For a full month of February 2015, you could download this book absolutely for free by being part of leadersarereaders.co. And I'm telling you, this is the month to do it, because one, you're going to get so much empowerment from the book, and two, is absolutely free for 1 month. So within that month, read this book and share it with your friends and just have them be empowered. It doesn't matter where they come from. It doesn't matter what they've done, can do, rich, poor, it doesn't matter. Everybody needs to know how powerful and great they are. And because of the blessing that my mentor now, well, actually, here's the thing. You've been my mentor for years. I just met you 2 weeks ago. I saw a video of you promoting another company, and I was like, there was something about this guy that I have to just have to meet him one day. And I started watching your videos, and I forgot the whole conversation in my head and wanted to meet you. And then all of a sudden, here we are in this great company, and there you are in the same room with me. How good is God? Very.
Well, it's in the book. The concept, it goes like this. When I make up my mind to do something, God orchestrates circumstances to align themselves in my favor. When I say I can't, my mind stops trying. But when I ask, how can I? My mind keeps searching till it finds a way. There is a way, and I will find it. If not, I will invent it. But again, just that first part, when I make up my mind to do something, God allows circumstances to align themselves in my favor. So folks, figure in your mind, commit in your mind, decide what you want to happen. I'm telling you, my friend, the power, you're seeing it now. And but it's not, and here's the beautiful thing. See, this is not a me thing or a Shogun thing. This is a you thing. This is about you, my friend. You are more powerful than you realize. You, my friend, are incredible. And the beautiful thing is, I want to see one day when you're being interviewed and you hold up your book or your CD and you talk about some guy that you heard that inspired you, because that's what it's all about, my friend, is empowering other people.
Definitely. And you're definitely doing a super fantastic job on that, no question. Oh, by the way, we probably go to the same barber. Can you tell? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Come on. All
I need is the goatee, and I'll be right there. I'm about to say that for the whole interview. I was trying to plug it in somewhere. Here it is. But listen, it's been more than an honor and a blessing to have you just spend this time with me so we could ignite passion and reading and growth. And, you are definitely a godsend. I want to thank you so much for your time.
Well, thank you very much. And, we appreciate you and, again, what you're doing, the folks in this club. And just know, my friend, that I said it before, but every reader is not a leader, but every leader is a reader. And so, growing up, my children, I didn't have a television in my house. I taught them to read, and we all read books and so forth. And I said, when you get older, it'll be a lot of time to watch, So Although now, you know, with the different things they got now, like for instance, Shark Tank, I got to watch that every day. The Prophet, right? Got to watch that one. You know, American Greed. You know, they got powerful things that educate you and transform you. So, so let me just give you this, and that is this: the most dangerous people are not the ones who hit you with clubs and rob you with guns. The thief won't attack your character traits nor belittle your ability to your face. It likely will be a well-meaning friend who merely crushes your will to win. No, he doesn't rob you or point a gun. He simply says, it can't be done. And when pointed to many who already are, he smiles and says, but they're better than we are. Personality-wise and abilities too. They're way ahead of what others can do. And it matters not that his words are untrue for the others must know you. So you're robbed of your hopes, your dreams to succeed. Robbed of the faith that makes you believe, left to doubt if you ever achieve. So the deadliest of people is not he with a gun, but he or she who tells you it can't be done. For that taken by burglars can be gotten again, but nothing can replace your will to win. My name is Dr. Stan Harris. They call me Dr. Breakthrough. You're a winner, my friend. Let's do this thing.
God bless everybody. Thank you for watching. Download this book. Don't forget, February is the only month you can get this for absolutely no cost. It's going to change your life. We're going to have plenty of books on here, but I'm selecting certain people who definitely want to give that spark to future entrepreneurs, past entrepreneurs, now entrepreneurs, because the way the economy is, if you don't have your own business, you will be left behind. You will not experience the joy that it is to leave a legacy for your family. So my idea is for everybody to start reading for your kids, so that your kids can see that anything is possible through reading. Again, I love you all, and like I always say, life is all about being happy, healthy, and wealthy. Let's get it together, my friend. And with Dr. Harris, that's it.
Well, Shogun, I guess what? I actually closed my book with 7 reasons why everybody should join a home-based business. So I actually have people use this as a recruiting tool in their business. So there you go.
Okay, you know what I say? Guess what I'm going to do tomorrow? I love you all. Thank you for watching. God bless.
Bye-bye.